you a rap song. You can dance. Yeah, come on up here, man. I can't dance with you. Literally, I need somebody to dance. Riding bad bulls on our mind, we enjoy too fair, they left too fast. Draw the big yeller, a Charlotte cross, over my shoulder, here in the shoe ball. A stick in the cut, he gives me a shout, says, "Rig him up, boy, we're turning him out." Well, I get the rope wrapped around that group, buck full of the rope from the back of the chute. "Don't worry, old pal," he said with a grin, "we'll notify your next of kin." Down on his back, the rope pulled tight, take a suicide rap, get ready for the fight. Release the beast, I'm ready to ride. These horns, bumps, and hooves and hide. Well, he first jumps out, and then he jumps in, back into shooting, into his spin. Throws me up and he throws me down. Me and that bull going round and round. Then he whams my head up against the gate and slams my board with all of his weight. The lights go out and the world goes dark, and on my head he's left his mark. That bull, he stomps me in the ground, leaves me for dead, and then he runs a clown. Well, I thrash and groan, need some dirt and a smashed up hat and a bloody shirt. Stagger to my feet to stumble outside and holler at the judge, "Can I have a rewrite?" Judge said, "No, no more for you. But your entry fees back we figured you'd do, some sort of pay, some compensation. At thrilling the crowd, you sure done great. Well, when I find Buck, he's pale and white, just like he's seeing a ghost tonight. He said that bull really smashed your head. Sorry I left, I just figured you was dead. Sorry I left, I just figured you was dead. Sorry I left, I just figured you was dead.
Sorry I left, just figured you was dead."
We were at a rodeo getting up behind the chutes when an old cowboy dressed us in a frayed and faded suit. "Boys, I used to ride 'em," were the words that he did say. That's back when they really bucked. They were tougher in my day. Back then, their horns were longer, and the bulls put up a fight that would make you young'uns hover, a cowering in fright. And we didn't wear no helmets then or wear no padded vests. He showed us all his missing teeth and the scars upon his chest. You young bucks couldn't hang with us back then to save your hide. You young'uns couldn't ride with us back then to save your hide. The old cowboy turned and limped away, but no one said a word, for a vision of our future we had seen and we had heard. Now I am that old cowboy, though I try to hold my tongue. To me, the bulls were meaner way back then when I was young. Sometimes I think if only I'd crack out my cack again, I could show them youngsters how it's done. I could ride again and win. When that feeling comes upon me, I sit still and hold my say. Then I write them in my memories till that feeling goes away. He rides a horse and packs a gun, but we all know it's all in fun because he ain't ever shot no one. He's just a TV cowboy. Wears a little piece of hair on his head for his bear. Why, heck, he's slick from here to there. He's just a TV cowboy. It's makeup and them skin-tight jeans. It's them what makes him look so mean. We see him on a little screen. He's just a TV cowboy. Always wears a padded shirt and girdle as his middle girdle. Why, heck, he's just a look squirt. He's just a TV cowboy. 4-inch lips and a fake mustache, and his breath that smells like day old hash. But man, he's really got the cash. He's just a TV cowboy. Yodelady, and yodelady, yodelady. When I was a young fella, I went to the rodeo in Houston one time, and I heard Eddie Arnold sing Cattle Call. If I wasn't in school, I would follow all the rules and I'd never be the cause of teachers' tears. Nothing like the days of old when I used to be so bold and there was only air between my ears. Now I sadly rue the day. That's when all I did was play and I never tried to study any books. I really was a fool to think I was so cool. Now I find I can't get by on just my looks. Really, it's too bad. It kind of makes me sad to see the waste of youth on those so young. If I had my chance again, I would be my teacher's friend, and I'd study till that final bell was rung. If I hadn't been a clown, if I hadn't fooled around at work I hadn't always tried to shun, then I wouldn't be a jerk and I wouldn't have to work. And then I could retire and have some fun. Now, at least once before I go, I want to do a poem about a veterinarian. And the reason is because my cousin, Johnny Kahla, is the vet here. So in honor of my cousin, Suzanne, Johnny, I'm going to tell you a poem about a vet. My vetty is a cowboy, and he's got a southern drawl. He says, come in and set a spell, rest your feet, you all. He is a Texas Aggie, maroon and white, red, white, and blue. And though he tries to act so plain, he's wisdom through and through. He understands the ways of life, beginning and the end. He's seen a calf born on the snow to struggle and to win, the fight against Earth's gravity, to wobble and to rise. So frail, as mighty will to live, a spark now in his eye. He's seen a cow that's weak lay down, to never rise again. She's quiet in her pain, for now she knows this is the end. He's worked the livelong night away to save an injured mare. Those phone calls, nights and weekends, put those gray streaks in his hair. He knows that life is precious. We must hold on till the end. But when it's time, we must let go for new life to begin. His faith is strong, for he has seen the mystery of life's way. The aged who live for many years, the babe for just a day. He's seen some walk in sunshine, for others only rain. Some seem to always have it made, for others only pain. He knows for all who come to God, and all who came before. He knows God will heal their sin, and then he'll even up the score. Son, I recall now the days of my youth, back before I got so long in the tooth and big in the middle and gray in the hair. Come sit down beside me, and my story I'll share. Of days when I rode for the half-circle inn, where the living was fine, but the wages were slim. The hours were long and the work was hard, but the worries were few, and we went to bed tired and woke up next morning just feeling so fine. You'd have thought that our coffee was souped up with wine. Working the cows and feeding the stock, we never had need for a watch or a clock. Then my ambition, and I had a row. My ambition won. Would you look at me now? Sitting up here in a suit and a tie in a cubby old office up next to the sky. I live in a penthouse. I eat the best fare. My car has a chauffeur who treats me with care. I have all the things that I wanted so bad. So why the heck am I feeling so sad? So downright regretful and lonesome and blue. My friends tried to tell me, but I thought I knew. If I could just turn back the time just a tad, back toward my youth, son, when I was a lad, I'd trade in these ulcers and headaches and stress, the bills and the worries that go with this mess, and hightail it back to the half-circle inn, where the living was fine, but the wages were slim. I drew this picture before I wrote this poem. It's in this book. I wrote this picture, I drew this picture, and I drew the picture of my dad. That's his brand, my dad and myself. My little boy, who's 13 now, when he saw that picture, he said, "That's me and you." And I said, "Yes, it is." Here's a guy pushing 40. See, that donkey has 40 on it. Roses are red, buzzes are black. I'm over the hill and I'll never get back. Friends who are gentle, the friends who are kind. If my hat is on backwards, they don't seem to mind. The friends who are loyal, the friends who are fair. If I'm rich or I'm busted, they don't really care. The friends who believe every word that I say. Never called it a lie if I get carried away. The friends who will listen to troubles I've had. The friends I can go to whenever I'm sad. The friends who are happy when I'm on a roll. The friends who don't notice if I'm going old. Friends who don't mind if I'm sometimes a bore. They still laugh at my jokes so they've heard them before. Friends who don't notice, they can't seem to tell that sometimes I'm stinky or sometimes I smell. Friends who forget when I act like a fool. They will patiently wait when I act like I'm used. The friends who forgive and forget all I've done when I've stammered and stumbled and spoiled all the fun. To a friend I now offer a toast and 3 cheers for the friendship you've given me all these years. So here's to you, friend. May the Lord always smile and bless you and guide your lives every mile. And then when we're weary and nearing the end, please think of me kindly and call me your friend. See, that stirred me. And what I think of every time I say that is yesterday I went to see my old friend Tommy Busker, who's 84, and is in the hospital, and he doesn't ever expect to get out. He was saying he was tired and he was ready to go. So my brother-in-law Erwin and I held hands with Tommy, and we prayed for Tommy. For where 2 or 3 are gathered together in his name, he's there also. And we prayed for Tommy that he could be content with his own thoughts, and that he could have quality of life until the end, and then when the end's here, that he could be with the Lord in heaven. And that just stirs me to think of that. Yesterday I was there with my friend who probably will never get out of the hospital. Anyway, that's